Since 1981, Southside Community Land Trust has been preserving open space in and around Providence to teach children and adults of all backgrounds to use organic methods to grow a lot of food with limited space and means. Through the process of cultivating the land, SCLT has been able to strengthen community and foster trust among neighbors.
Like all the Hmong people, we need the gardens. Now I think not only the Hmong people, the black people, Spanish people, like white people, I think we need the gardens. And we need to grow the food, and especially like the people, they have low income, and they need the garden to grow something to help the summer. We had the mustard green, we had the hot pepper, very hot, and we had the pumpkin. It look like pumpkin, but when you eat, it tastes like butternut. But like that's why we carry the seeds plate to plate and city to city, state to state, because we had a little bit different.
The Chinese, we didn't know that actually they could eat this. We went to their farmers market, and all of a sudden we saw this there. So we said, "You guys eat this too?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Wow, then you guys eat the same kind of food we eat."
We're from Africa, Liberia. We're from the West Africa. We've been here for a very long time, and we harvest our country, and we came here. We're so happy to start to get the community land trust to get a place to start having and keep our things, because we make plain potato greens, collard green, pepper, tomatoes, and when we harvest, we give them some. So they're so happy about that, because nowadays everything is very expensive, and we get it all year long, put in the freezer, and we keep it there. We don't spend no money now. Before we used to spend a lot of money, but the land trust is really helping us.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, carrots.
Carrots.
Farmers markets really show a sense of community and that people care about where their food comes from. People are so happy to get fresh produce. They're so happy to know that you're going to be coming back week after week.
At Urban Edge Farm in western Cranston, Southside Community Land Trust helps new farmers make the transition to commercial agriculture. The farmers share management of the 50-acre farm and work together to harvest and sell their products at area farmers markets and wholesale to restaurants, bakeries, and florists.
Southside Community Land Trust has helped us to increase the trust among the farmers by offering workshops in facilitation. I don't think any of us would be there without Southside Community Land Trust. 5 farmers each contribute their vegetables on a weekly basis for 20 weeks. And none of us could do that singly. We can only do it together.
In partnership with its neighbors, Southside has transformed many once blighted vacant lots into a vital network of diverse community gardens in low-income neighborhoods. The 200 gardening families bring their agricultural know-how from home countries all around the world and work together as stewards of the land.
The kids around in the neighborhood, them coming to Southside Community Land Trust office, just walking in and asking for food, and them trusting that, the food is okay to eat here. Like, we have vegetables for you, it's great.
One of the major education programs that we run at Southside is bringing groups on field trips to City Farm, showing them that in South Providence there's this 3/4 of an acre oasis right in the middle of a residential neighborhood. Southside has 2 after-school programs that we run. One of the little kids in our program, Vicente, his mom came and he was so excited just to walk her around the garden and show her everything that we had planted. And he's saying, "Mom, let me just show you. Over here we have potatoes, over here we have basil." And it was just, I felt like he had such a sense of ownership of this garden and was so proud of what we had done and what he had learned. I think trust is a really important part of what we're trying to work on in working with children and teaching them about soil and about plants and about food. Most of these kids, most of the soil that they've encountered is pretty unhealthy looking toxic soil. And what we're trying to show them in the gardens is we place the highest value on keeping our soil healthy and fertile and productive, and that the soil in our gardens is really a safe place for them to put their hands, for them to really explore. The hesitation is always not only getting dirty, but also encountering worms and bugs. And so it's partly teaching them that a lot of the insects that are in the garden, and worms especially, are such a vital part of keeping that soil healthy. So we do have worm bins at both of the elementary schools, and part of it is you know, taking a worm in my hand and letting the kids watch it wiggle around, and then they sort of see, okay, well, if you know, someone that I trust, someone that I've been working with, my teacher, is comfortable enough doing that, maybe I'll just try touching it first. So there's this initial, you know, they'll touch it with their finger and they'll squirm a little bit, and then they're sort of willing to take maybe the next step, which is, okay, maybe I'm willing to put that worm in my hand. And every once in a while we get, you know, someone screaming when they dig and find something squirming under the soil, but I think that's you know, that's a fun part of it too.
Well, if every school had a garden and had a program like the garden clubs that Southside does, I think kids would be more healthy. I think they'd do better at school. I think they would feel better. You can't even imagine, I don't think, what the impact would be.
These girls were saying, I'm so hungry. And for me, it was really, you know, an eye-opening experience to see what the reality is for a lot of the children that we're serving. And that was the day where, you know, I made a promise to myself and to the Southside Community Land Trust that these gardens need to be a place where children could come if they're hungry and pick things right off the vine, or be able to know what we're growing, to know what they can harvest, and to eat whenever they felt like they needed to. So that's what I've been working to try to accomplish ever since.